Hey Dashers, it's Anna Hurl from Hays, Kansas. Hope you guys are having a happy Tuesday and a great start to your week. Shout out to Sarah Reinecke for killing that mindset and attitude training. I took a lot of great nuggets away and hope you guys did too. I can't believe we're already at week 3. You guys are doing a great job of staying consistent and committed and coachable. But guess what? It's week 3 and I think it's time for a little bit of a gut check and reality. Reality check, more so just kind of asking yourself some hard questions. Are you where you want to be with your business? And, if you can't say yes to that, or you're kind of in between the yes and the no, you need to ask yourself why. And this was something that I had to start doing about a year ago when I really wanted to grow my business, and I was very good at making excuses and very good at playing the blame game. And yes, guys, there's a lot of things in our life and in this business that are out of our control, but there's a lot of things that we can do and that we can perform and that we can, continue to stay consistent with, and that has to start and end with us. And so I just, as much as I love to be compassionate and care for people, I also want to see growth and change in those people because I know that they're capable, and I believe every single one of you has what it takes to achieve things and to work towards goals and to conquer things, but it truly does start and end with us. And so, just like Sarah said, everything we do, you guys, is between the ears. And if we don't have that mindset, that we have what it takes, or that we're equipped to do this, and we're just doing enough to get by, to hit our numbers, or to wait till the last minute to do our homework, then that's exactly what we're going to get out of this business, and more so in life, guys. And so do yourself a favor and have a little gut check time. And, if you need some encouragement, you need some accountability, that's why us leaders are here. And lastly, just remember, we will never ask you guys to do anything that we're not willing to do ourselves or that we haven't already done, because we've walked that, we know what it takes, and we want you guys to keep yourselves from running into those same brick walls that we have. And so I encourage you to give yourself a little gut check and check in with yourself, a little personal inventory, see where you're at, and have some of those hard conversations with yourself. If you don't know how to get out of them and you're stuck, ask for help. That's what we're here for, okay? So let's move on, guys. I am actually working on training on verbiage and follow-ups. And so, guys, one thing I think about sometimes, about following up and about verbiage and reach outs is that we just make it way too complicated. One word this year that I focused on in all aspects of my life was actually the word simplify, because I tend to make a mountain out of a molehill about way too many things. And so in your verbiage reach outs, your follow-ups, think of the word simplify. And instead of getting your panties in a bunch, simplify some things out. And so today, you guys, I want to share 3 things for verbiage. I'm not going to give you specific verbiage, but I want you to think about this. When you are connecting with people, and the majority of us, let's just be honest, are reaching out to people that maybe we don't have the strongest connection with, or maybe we don't even know them at all, but we think they would rock this business, okay? And so how to successfully reach out to somebody that's a stranger or whatever that looks like. And there's 3 things that are vitally important to that. The first thing, you guys, is to do your homework and to demonstrate what that looks like. And so, guys, if you're reaching out to somebody, whether that be Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, I don't care where you are, a lifestyle marketing, find out who they are, research them, go through, if they're a blogger, find out what they're blogging about and what interests them, and understand as much as you can about that individual. And that way, when you connect, you won't have this shocking surprise of, what are you doing these days? And, you can sit there and say, hey, Susie Q, I see you're on LinkedIn these days, and I absolutely love your blog. Thank you so much for, sharing, this piece about whatever it is. But guys, I think sometimes we don't put enough effort into that piece of how it is we're doing, and so we just randomly send messages hoping that they're going to connect with us, when you have to spin it. If someone did that to you, how would you connect with them? Okay, so think of it that way. We've got to do our homework, about that person we're reaching out to, and especially if it's somebody, one, we don't know, or somebody that we haven't talked to in 15 years. I'll give you a prime example, okay? I used to be, in the fitness world when I lived in Dallas, and I'm really trying to connect back to some of those people there. And one of this girl's named Tori. I think she'd be great at this business, but her personal life right now is really struggling. And so I sent her a message after she made a post one day, and we haven't talked since I moved out of Dallas, and that was, 4 years ago. And I said, hey, Tori, I just want you to know that you inspired me today, from your post. And I know that, life can be a roller coaster sometimes and things may not fall our way, but I just want you to know that you're inspiring people and that, you're living your journey out and you're real. And that's what people are looking for. And I said, I wanted to send you a message to know that you struck a chord with me today and that it meant a lot that you posted what you did. And gosh, an hour later, I got back a super nice message. Anna, thanks so much. That means a lot. I'm really just trying to figure out life and blah, 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 right? So, we converse back and forth for a week or two. And then pretty soon I say, hey, Tori, because, I want to bless you this week, or because I know you take great care of yourself, whatever line you want to use, shoot me your address. I would love to bless you with a mini facial, or I would love for you to check out our products because you take great care of yourselves. Whatever sounds like you implement that in there. And so I did my homework on Tori first, though. I saw what was going on in her life. I researched a little bit about what she was doing and where she had been. That way I could really resonate with her instead of just sending her some random message, okay? So guys, first things first, do your homework and demonstrate that in your verbiage, okay? Demonstrate in the verbiage, not just, hey, Sally Joe, hope all is well. By the way, I'm a consultant for Rodan & Fields now, and you should totally do this, right? I mean, they're not probably going to respond to that. Now, 2% of people might. Your average Joe is not going to. So do your homework, demonstrate that in your verbiage, okay? Second thing, guys, is understand how they work, okay? If that person is not a Facebook person, you're probably not going to get a lot of response out of them. If that person isn't, a talker on the phone, you're probably not going to catch them, returning a voicemail. If that person is not an email person, you're probably not going to get a response back from them. And so I have found different ways, you guys, and this is crazy, to get people's attention. I'll actually send video messages, or I will, leave a voicemail and then not even talk about Rodan & Fields. Hey, Sally, hope all is well. Hey, I have a quick question for you. I know it's been a while, but call me when you can. It's a short and sweet and simple, okay? So understand how that person works. Don't think that everybody in this business is going to respond to a Facebook message, or everybody in this business is going to return a voicemail. Also know that it doesn't have to be, the whole enchilada when you're first reaching out to people. It can just be little tidbits, right? Maybe the appetizer, you're leading them to the amazing entree. So guys, and that's just called planting seeds, and that's just being mindful of that person. So understand how they work. And if it's maybe somebody you've never met before, you may not know that. But from the majority of things or people that I've worked with, I have pretty good discernment and I can tell how somebody's going to respond. So do your homework up front, okay? The third thing is take into consideration where your contact is coming from, okay? And what I mean by that, guys, is always put yourself in their shoes. If you've got somebody, that is dealing with personal things, or, they're going through a divorce, or they're a single mom, or their kid's in 19,000 activities, that's where the feel felt found comes in. I know how you feel, but this is what I found. And so I always say, dump yourself in their shoes, and you can really kind of, understand how to build a relationship with that person a little bit better. Instead of thinking, what's in it for me, think about what's in it for them and how you can portray that to them, okay? Ease into that situation first and foremost. Always listen and always be willing to adjust. And the last thing, guys, is they have to know that you care about them. I would 100% hands down say one of the biggest things in recruiting and following up and reaching out to people, you guys, and it's a lost art, is the care factor. we truly don't let that shine through when we're reaching out to people, and it shows. So you have to know, or they have to know that that you can, trust, that they can trust you, and that that you care about them. And I will 100% back that up from anybody that I've worked with. When somebody knows that you care about them genuinely, they will be more than willing to move forward with you in some aspect, okay? So those are 3 things I want you guys to think about. First one, do your homework and demonstrate it in your verbiage and your message. Number 2, understand how that person works. If they're not a Facebooker, if they're not an emailer, if they're not a voicemail person, find ways to connect to them. Send them a personal video. Hey, I'm using this microdermabrasion paste right now. I know you'd love it. Let me know if you want one. Boom, find different ways. Send them a fun little Starbucks gift card. Hey, let's meet for coffee next week. It's on me. Guys, you've got to find creative ways to do that, okay? Third thing, take into consideration where your contact is coming from. Put yourself in their shoes. Always remember it's about them. And you guys keep those 3 things, in line, and, you will come out with verbiage, okay? Again, use the fill, felt, found technique, and most of your responses, I believe that works for a lot of us, okay? All right, so we're moving on, you guys, to follow up. So when you actually do connect with somebody and you're starting to kind of back and forth have that conversation and that communication with people, the first thing, you guys, is you've got to be prompt. If you're going to meet one-on-one with somebody, if you're going to have a 3-way call, whatever that looks like, you've got to be prompt, with them, and you have to make sure that you're not, sending a message and then 5 months later getting back to them. That is not a follow-up. To me, who knows who could have talked to them between month 1 and month 5. So be prompt. I always give myself permission in the very first message that I send. Hey, Susie Q, looks like you are adjusting well in Nebraska. I hope the move has been a great transition. Hey, I have something I want to pick your brain about. Let's connect next week. I said, let's connect next week. So I'm giving myself permission to come back and message her in a week, okay? Another example might be, hey, Susie Q, I hope you got a chance to try your sample. I'm really curious what you thought about our products. I'll follow back up with you in a week in case you didn't get my message. Thanks again. So you're always giving yourself permission to follow back up in those messages, guys, and then you're not going to feel like that bugger or that annoying person that continues to reach out 90,000 times. So be prompt and, follow through with what you're going to do, okay? Provide exactly what you're offering, okay? So too often, guys, we just, we go on and on and on. And sometimes, we do, like to, become into this thing where it's, content, I guess, that does not matter is what I'm saying. And so if there's something in there, about the doctors or about where we used to be in Nordstrom's, and we have this 2-paragraph, follow-up that we're sending to somebody, that's too much, guys. You cannot, get anywhere with that. That's when I finally get that person to a place that I feel like they're ready, that's where the 3-way call comes in. So I'm providing them what they're offering or what they're looking for right in that message, and then I'm leading them to a 3-way call. So that is our goal. When we have 19,000 messages going back and forth and we never get to that 3-way call, we're sending too much stuff, okay? Third thing is personalize, personalize, personalize. You guys, this is no different. We have got to be able to personalize to that person. Kind of going back to the verbiage, with the reach outs. You have to be able to personalize in that follow-up what would speak to that individual, okay? Number 4, be appreciative, be grateful, be thankful that they are willing to take the time to talk to you, to, listen to whatever that looks like, and really express your gratitude and hey, Susie Q, I so appreciate your time and your effort towards, taking a moment out to listen to me today. And so I always make sure that I express how extremely thankful and full of gratitude I am for them helping me out. Okay. And then, like Sarah said in her mindset training, be looking for the sale and be offering the sale in a follow-up, it's be looking for the next steps, guys. We're only going to reach those milestones and our goals if we offer that next step. And so don't sit here and let them make that decision. We have got to go for it, and we've got to offer it. And remember that most people are going to need a nudge. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys. The 5 things, with the follow-ups: 1, be prompt; 2, provide exactly what you're offering; 3, personalize; 4, be appreciative and grateful; and 5, always offer that next step. Okay, have a fabulous week, you guys. Remember to have your gut check. I can't wait to see what happens by the end of this course. I'm rooting you all on. Take care and God bless. Bye.